Sure.
At the end of the day, I love you,
Alright.
Berto. I love Berto. I love Kevin. I love
All right.
Berto. I love Paulo. I love Sean. I love
Moving
everyone.
on to the PBA results of yesterday. First game, San Miguel Beer secures its spot in the semis with a 100-95 win over the Northport Batang Bear.
Yo, they played well though.
Oh, they did. It was a great game for me. Well, San Miguel was just crazy. Sobrang daming weapons. CJ Perez led 8 players in double
Players, man.
figures.
Sino yung 8
Eight
na yun?
players in double figures.
So,
That is just
sino
crazy.
yung 8 na yun? Det 5,
Okay.
Takas,
CJ
Terence,
Perez.
CJ,
Tautua.
Moala. Sino yung isa?
Si
Sino yung isa pa?
Romeo.
Oh, Terence, CJ, Moala. May isa pa. 9? 8.
8.
8. Sorry. Okay,
Eight.
sila. Oh yeah,
Sakto.
so the 8. Actually, kulang
Yeah.
na lang dun yung Von Pesumal. Di ba? Yun yung pinag-uusapan natin. So 9 of them, di ba? So, 9 of them can actually really be starters in another team. But, man, pero maganda yung nilaro nun. Actually, bro, I'm torn kasi dumikit sila, bro, yung Northport.
Dumikit sila.
Pero if you think about it, Berto was having a rough shooting night.
He was.
Berto was having a rough shooting night. Although he had 14 assists.
He was good.
Rebounds.
He was good all around.
Oh yeah, that's the thing naman with Robert. Like he's not just a scorer. He can score definitely, but he's not just a scorer. He's someone that you can, kumbaga, if scoring isn't there in a given night, he can help in other ways. Kaya nga hindi naman siya nilalabas kahit hindi siya makashoot masyado talaga kahapon, diba? Because of those 14 assists and 8 rebounds. But at the end of the day, like what you said, with SMB, too much firepower. So tama na Robert doesn't need to score to be effective, doesn't need to score to produce, but medyo kailangan. Kasi parang kalaban nila.
Especially in a game like this, diba?
Oo.
At saka ako feel ko what really wasn't going, kaya hindi sila masyado nakakadikit ng todo-todo. Ang dami nilang mintis na free throws, pal. 15 out of 23 sila. At tapos they also weren't big from 3, 4 out of 26.
Exactly. So it was a rough shooting night. To think they lost by 5 against San Miguel. Pero pare, yung San Miguel nakakaano, like ang dami masyadong magaling eh. Kumbaga, it was funny. It was actually funny na eh. Kasi every time Northport would make a run, kunyari down 3 na lang, down 4. Kasi pare, they were down by as much as what? 14, 15?
Yeah.
Tapos they would bring it down to 4, to 5. Tapos biglang, Marcio, 3 points. Terence, shoot. CJ. Diba? Arwin. So, laging may sagot. And we said it yesterday, we didn't know that Terence was gonna play. Sabi ni, basta nasa bubble, lalaro yan. Dino-joke pa tayo.
Sabi ni Coach Leo, di para 100%.
18 minutes lang ata nila.
I mean, konti lang naman talaga yung minutes. But
yeah, but that was...
it's still Terence, bro. When Terence is on the court, it's different.
He wasn't, kung 11 points siya, medyo madami din siyang mintis. But
marami rin siyang mintis.
But if you have a Terence Romeo who will be that aggressive every possession down, that's already a plus as it is. Diba? Kahit minsan hindi lang shoot, but to be a threat every time. And also, pare, good move din for Coach Leo na kahit hindi niya ginamit ng sobrang tagal si Terence, Coach Leo knows that he's gonna need Terence in the semis and in the finals if they make it. So, diba, parang gamitin na natin 18 minutes lang even though. Kasi pare, sa bubble, kung hindi ka lalaro sa game, wala ka ng adjustment. Kumbaga, yun na yung yun na yung buwelo mo. Hindi naman nagpa-practice yung mga tapos naglilimahan para, di ba usually ganun, doon ka muna kukuha sa practice ng timing mo, ganyan. But you have to get your timing in the official game. And if you're San Miguel who has that much firepower, you have the luxury or the space to, sige, kahit wala sa timing masyado si Alex and si Terence, pagbalik nila, go magagaling. So, ganun din. Gumawa, 11 points pa din. Di ba? Nakakatawa kasi bagong pasok pa lang, bumitaw na kagad ng mga pull-up jumper. Sabi ko, wala. No one's really gonna stop.
Parang sinasadya na lang nila na just to let Northport just play the game, and then pag rallying Northport, okay, ayan na, mahabol na.
Too much.
Pukpok tayo konti.
Too much firepower, man. But props to a young Northport team. They have such a bright future, man. And
I'm
masama
really...
pa nilaro nila sa bubble. I mean, meron silang run na maganda, pero meron din silang puro talo. Diba?
And yung mga talo nila puro dikit eh.
Oh, so they have the pieces, man. For sure. They didn't have Sean Anthony yesterday.
Yun nga eh.
Sean Anthony is definitely
really
worth
hoping
5 points. Diba? More than 5 points.
Of course, bro.
Malakas sila kasi Berto's gonna be there. Sino pa? Si Kevin. Si Paolo is very underrated.
Yes.
Sydney, solid din. Si Jamie's a top 5 MVP candidate, diba? So, such a bright future for Northport. I don't really know. I don't really see anything that they need to change. Kasi mga bata naman talaga tumoto. It's just, they just need to develop as a team na talagang yung chemistry nila medyo tugma sila, and also, it's a process, especially for a young team like this. Iba to dun sa sitwasyon ng Ginebra. Diba? Kasi ito, baka bata eh. So, kumbaga, yung Ginebra, they really need to look into changing yung personnel. Kasi, puro may edad eh. Diba? So, ganda ng kita may bigote appreciation post natin.
Yes, sir.
Para lang
He touched it a lot of times yesterday.
Pero ano pa sa akin si Perto eh.
Tampo pa sa'yo.
Mahal. Okay, so that's the fourth game.
All right, moving on to the second game. Magnolia also barges into the semifinals. 96-86 over rain or shine yesterday. Calvin Abueva, 20 points and 19 rebounds. Paul Lee, 24 points.
Mark Baroka, crucial running jumper to ice the game. Gio Halalon had a great game. Ian Sangalang had the usual double-double. This is why I feel like they're gonna win the chip. Too much, man. Remember in game 1, we were saying na tinalo nila yung rain or shine nun. Sabi natin, hindi pa masyado yung Calvin. Parang 8 points lang ata siya nun.
Oh.
Diba? Parang 8 points lang siya nun. Tapos ngayon, 20 and 19. Parang he had 9 rebounds in the first.
No, he had 12 rebounds in the 12 or 15 rebounds in the first half pa lang.
Oh, in the first half. Pero in the first quarter, 9 na ata.
9 na.
Tapos si Paul, parang 11-15 points na.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So, too much. Tapos pare, yung rain or shine, kulang lang din talaga. Pero kita mo si Kuya Bo talagang Kita mo si Kuya Bo? Talagang laban. Pero yun yung sinasabi natin na when you have a Bo Belga on your side, it's equivalent to having a Calvin Abueva. Kumbaga lalaban. Meron tayong lalaban. Like, nung unang pasok ni... hindi pa rin tayo sure kung ba't di siya naglaro nung first. Hindi pa rin tayo sure kung bakit. Basta, ang narinig ko lang sa commentator is, quote-unquote, pinayagan na pumasok si Bo. I don't know kung ano yung pinayagan na. Pero nung first, hindi siya masyado naglaro eh. Nung simula, di ba, sabi mo nga. But, kita mo, pagpasok pa lang niya, nagkaroon na ng effect. Di ba? Nagkasikuhan sila ni Jackson, Calvin. And this is, I know that Bo doesn't mean this as disrespect to the other team, but it fires you up if you're a teammate na parang yung veterano ko, ayaw magpatalo, di ba? Hindi takot sa kalaban, di ba? Considering we're saying na Magnolia are the bad boys of the PBA. Di ba? But, definitely.
There's a bad boy in Rain or Shine.
Yeah, there's one big bad boy sa Rain or Shine. So, pero talaga, if you have someone like that, that's automatic plus. But, at the end of the day, they're young. Hindi mo naman pwede expect na yung ginawa nung Asisio, Karakot, Santillan sa elimination round. Right away, makapakita na nila sa playoffs. It's not something that this shouldn't be taken as this should be taken as a very successful conference for a young team. Honestly. Like I don't wanna bring down their standards. I'm sure they want to win a chip, but very successful first conference for Coach Chris Gavina, Anton, Andre, di ba? Very, very successful. Sobrang andun. I think Northport and Rain or Shine of the teams that entered the quarters, yun yung young teams na grabe yung future. Like young teams, wild future. Kasi when you talk about NLEX, well, NLEX din, but yeah, Kevin Alas, Jericho Cruz, medyo mga veterano nito mga to eh. Pero sa kabila, yung Rain or Shine, tsaka Northport, ito yung pag nagsama-sama.
So, Mike, would you think that, having said that, would you think that these teams, Rain or Shine and Northport, need some tinkering pa with their roster? Or do you think they should just keep it and just stick with it?
They need to stick to the core, at least the core. At least the core. Like if you're gonna trade a couple of pieces, you can't touch at least maybe 6-7 players. Diba? Let's name them for fun. Okay.
Sige.
If I was Northport, I won't touch Berto. Even though he has the most potential of being touched, quote unquote. Okay. I wouldn't. If I had control over all the things that happen within my organization, which dapat naman talaga ganon, pero alam naman natin na hindi. Berto, I wouldn't touch. I wouldn't touch Paulo, Taha, Slaughter, Sean, Sydney. Solid si Sydney.
Yes, sir.
Kevin, di ko rin touch si Kevin. Who else? Yeah, I think those. Sorry if I'm forgetting anyone. But I think I shouldn't touch Jeric Balanza, bro. Solid.
Jeric Balanza. Jeric Balanza played well yesterday.
Solid in future ni Jeric Balanza, man. So, yeah. I'm not saying the others should be traded, pero yun lang yung nagpo-pop sa utak.
Jamie rin.
Oh, Jamie. Sorry. Jamie. Oh, for sure, Jamie. You can't let go of Jamie. But then again, yun nga, hindi mo alam kung sila yung di ba? Pero, yeah, yung mga yun. Yun lang. Parang for Rain or Shine, the same way. Santi, Ray, JV, Anton, Andre. Like, I have to keep them. Kasi ito yung future ko eh. Ito yung magiging future ko eh. Di ba? Kuya Bo. Si Kuya Bo, hindi ko alam. Because Kuya Bo is still a trade asset to this day. Diba? So I don't know if they want to go younger, use Kuya Bo's, kumbaga, ganda ng presyo ni Kuya Bo eh. Diba? You can get a younger player na magiging future mo. You don't know, man. Alam mo naman, this is a business and sometimes you have to use your assets to gain assets. Diba? Di naman pwede sa PBA pala pwede mag-release ka ng hindi asset para makakuha ka ng asset. Pero hindi sa Rain or Shine. Hindi ganun sa Rain or Shine. Okay, so, yeah, I think with Rain or Shine and Northport, they have to stick with their core because they were very successful in the bubble. And then in time, compete ka rin dun sa big teams. Unless may mag-offer ng talagang big-time superstar for one of your young guys. And if you're in win now mode, pwede din. Diba? Pero
majority of these guys are
young.
They're so young.
Sobra man. Less than 25 ba tayo mga yan?
Less than mga under 3 years lang sa league tong mga to eh.
Wala pa sila sa pre-prime nila. Diba prime nasa 31, 32? Wala pa sila dun. Wala pa sila sa pre-prime. Malayo pa sila sa pre. Nandun pa sila sa sa pa lang, rookie years pa lang pare. Wala malayo.
Growing up years.
Wala. But, Magnolia deserves it. Obviously,